Good Thursday morning. It's meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I am up to give you guys the update. This is so wild. Like, I absolutely love tracking the tropics because things change um, so quickly when they do. For example, we were looking at a tropical depression and in the Eastern Pacific, and now we have a tropical storm Alvin. So I just want to say thank you so much for following us here at Weather Co-op and joining us every single time. We get so many wonderful people who just join us and enjoy all the information that we're sharing. What an amazing day. So now there are a couple of things I thought we'd start off with first. Good morning to Garfield Sabas. We're talking about how our TD 90 has now become Tropical Storm Alvin. And we're going to go through this in detail. As you can see up here, I have this actually in like a portrait mode. I want you guys to see that I do have, let's see what we have here. Oh, Alvin, do you see this information? Give me one moment. I have to layer it above. So whenever, I'm doing this with you guys, I like to show all of this to you in full transparency. We're going to go into why that tropical track right here. This is what I'm looking at. See this guy right here? That's what I want to work on right now quickly and adjust it. It really should be, let's see. Let me get my settings. You guys might be seeing black on your end. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just drape it above. And let's see if I can get this lie flat, faces up. Oh, I think that's fine. You know what? That's fine. We're going to save that, and then we're going to go ahead and show you one more time. And actually, I'm just going to do one more thing. I'm going to just tilt this out a little bit more. You guys are going to see what I'm doing in 2 seconds, okay? There we go. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to layer the information that I have here for Tropical Storm Alvin above everything else. So let's see if this looks better, guys. I think this really should right now. There you go. A better depiction of what we're actually seeing. Tropical Storm Alvin. Now, remember that the Pacific hurricane season begins, in the Eastern Pacific, begins on May 15th. In the Atlantic Basin, it's June 1st, right? So now we're going to go through all of the information we have to right now. So as you can see, we have that location at about 14 degrees north, 106 west, and I want to confirm it over here as well. Let's make sure we have our coordinates depicted well. Yeah, that's about right. So 13.8 north, 106.3 west. So yeah, it's about that, right? And it is moving northwestward at 10 miles per hour. And current central pressure is 1,005 millibars. So it's not a very strong tropical storm. The max sustained wind speed is 40 miles per hour. Remember, we were waiting for 39 miles per hour, at which point we would say it's a tropical storm. So that's always really important to understand as well. And then at that point, we're going to say, do I think this is not going to become a hurricane? It's not at all. But it's good to just understand what our thresholds are, because as we're looking for, what we need to see here moving forward into hurricane season, it's going to be things like that. What's max sustained wind speed? I think sometimes people think, I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people think it's the central pressure that you see there, and it's not. It's the max sustained wind speed, which you'll always see generally. It'll be like the third or fourth line in these boxes here. At least I like to leave it like that, unless something comes that's more pressing. I like to leave the wind speed towards the top, because now you'll see here, okay, at this point, we're in that tropical storm area. Always important to note. And then until we hit 74 miles per hour, that's when we become a hurricane, category 1. Not going to be the case for Alvin. Alvin's just not, there's just not enough there right now. There's just not enough there. He's going to weaken. He's going to just peter out. And that's fine. That's fine. It's the beginning of the season, right? We're 2 weeks in the Eastern Pacific, and we haven't even commenced the Atlantic Basin yet. But I did want to show you what this looked like. And I just want to see, we have a couple of people who have joined us. Jose De La Cruz, 338-21189. And we also have Stephen Buchanan, who who also joined. So thank you so much, guys. Let's move through this and then slowly just kind of show you what's happening here. You can see that it is currently a tropical storm. And let me just go over the notes quickly, okay? Let's see. We're going to go with our latest public advisory. Let's see. At approximately 8 a.m. or 1500 UTC, okay? So do you see this? The center of Tropical Storm Alvin was located near latitude 13.8 north, 1063 west. Alvin is moving towards the northwest near 10 miles per hour. This general motion is expected to continue through today, followed by a northward turn tomorrow and Saturday. Max sustained wind speeds have increased to near 40 miles per hour with gusts that are a little bit higher. Some additional strengthening is expected through tonight, but weakening is expected by late tomorrow. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 45 miles from the center. The estimated minimum central pressure, as we see here, is approximately 1,005 millibars. Now, is it impacting land? Not yet, but you know what we're seeing here? It'll probably weaken to a tropical depression, and then it'll just impact as we, let me move this forward for you guys to see. Okay, look what happens. Do you see what happens here? I do have a couple of time slots posted. Do you see Saturday, 6 a.m.? And it had, for some reason, I have it at MDT. I'll go ahead and change that because this really should be at UTC. But do you see how I also have some spaghetti plots here over it? So we have Insta Stories, JP, the big JC. Thank you so much for joining. Do you see how we have it weakening back to, it's just going to be like a big blob of energy and rain and likely wind. That's going to be probably the biggest impact. But you see here, I did include a couple of cities, including La Paz, let's see, Puerto Vallarta, Obregon. There are a couple of cities that I did include here, but I just don't see this being a huge problem. I do think, sometimes when you're thinking about like this peninsula, when you are thinking of the Gulf of California, you just want to be mindful that winds can be a problem. You're always thinking about things like beach erosion, land erosion, the possibility of some flooding, waves, choppy seas, right? Choppy waters. That's especially for a lot of the surfers. Okay. So those are going to be the things that we're going to keep an eye out for. All in all, though, I am, happy to report that here at Weather Co-op, we were talking about this several days ago. In fact, I believe last week I talked about how there were 2 days of concern. I said the 31st, so it's the 29th. That's what I saw. Well, I saw it coming into the Gulf of California by the 31st, so that's about right. And then the second date I have of interest is June 11th. Now, let me take one more look before I commit to that in a recorded video, right? Let's just get to that. Let's just do a couple other things, okay? So I'm going to do, let's see. And let me look at this one quickly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. June 10th, June 11th. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right around June 10th, June 11th, we could see something impacting the Florida Panhandle. I'd say maybe the region would be Western Georgia, Florida Panhandle, Alabama, Mississippi. We have to watch that very closely. It just does look like we're going to get some kind of a system that's going to move into the area. Roco Business. What a wonderful meeting I had with you the other day. You are just brilliant, such a brilliant female entrepreneur. Such a pleasure. But right now we are looking at Tropical Storm Alvin in the Eastern Pacific. And we're also going to keep eyes on the Gulf of America, June 10th, June 11th, June 12th, because we're already seeing the potential for some tropical feature to make it there, okay? So remember, May 15th was the beginning of hurricane season in the Eastern Pacific. And now we're looking at the Gulf of America or Atlantic Basin, June 1st. All right, guys. So this was a quick update for you guys. This was just 10 minutes barely. And thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to let you all know that, yes, we do have officially Tropical Storm Alvin. He's moving his way through the Eastern Pacific. Now, I do want to make note of something. Guys, even though we're in an end zone neutral and the reports are end zone neutral, you got to understand that in that case, there's really no favoring warmer than normal sea surface temperatures, cooler than normal sea surface temperatures. So we're going to have to look for other hints. I call this CSI weather. We'll look at other things. We'll look at the garbage patches. I'm a firm believer that that's a problem for us, right? The Western garbage patch, the Eastern garbage patch. I think that's a problem that we have to look at. We also have to look at a couple of other features that I think are really important. The Walker circulation. We'll have to look at like Indonesia is a really great place to look at as far as the behavior of this particular circulation, which does have a lot to do, or is really one of the main features that we're looking for when it comes to the potential for tropical activity. Okay. So I'm certified broadcast meteorologist Erica Martin with Weather Co-op, where weather meets community. I hope you all have a great morning, and I'll be back with more updates.